Math is big. I tell the kids it is dino size enormous big. And this is a part of your math messaging. It's going to be the go-to, the default position that your kids get to every single time they come across a challenge. So it's something that you want to start with at the beginning of the year. You reinforce throughout the year. You make sure you hit it again at the middle of the year, and definitely you send them home for the summer break at the end of the year with the same messaging. It really becomes your classroom mantra. So let's talk about two things. What does it mean that math is big? And then two, why does it matter? So one, what does it mean? Well, it means that math is the subject where you have to learn about numbers and shapes and patterns, and that means that you cover a lot. So I tell the kids to get up from their desk, and then I say freeze. And so they've got to freeze their body, their head can move. And I ask them to look around the room and look at what they see in terms of numbers. What shapes do they see? Do they see any patterns? And then unfreeze. And they sit down and they write down at least 10 things, 10 numbers, 10 shapes, patterns that they see, and then discuss. Now, this idea of math is big, it means that there are so many pieces of information and so many skills that we have to learn when it comes to math. It's used in everything. It is used in their lives even when they don't realize it, and it's definitely used in cooking and cleaning and building and in all types of fields of study, medicine and engineering, and so there's just so many places where math is used, and kids don't necessarily get that. So number one, math is big. It is everywhere. It's the study of numbers and shapes, and it's everywhere. That means that we get to two. So the second thing that they have to understand is that they're not going to know it all. Math is so big that even the adult in the room, the teacher, doesn't know it all. There's definitely types of math that we don't use, that we don't study. Thinking of the math that's used to build ships and build airplanes and navigate roller coasters and amusement parks and launch rocket ships into space. There's definitely all kinds of math that we don't know, even as the adult in the room and as the teacher in the room. And so kids need to understand that when they encounter a challenge in math, their default position should not be, I can't do math, or I don't know math, I can't do it. My parents can't do it, so that means I can't do it. Well, number one, it isn't genetic. So you need to make sure that they understand that math is big, and their default position should be that even though I don't know how to do that, there are other types of math that I know because I have mastered some math, and then I need to practice some other math. So there are some skills I know and there are other skills I don't know. And one of the common ways I can explain this to you is with multiplication. When kids have some difficulty learning their multiplication facts, they automatically default to, I can't do it, I can't multiply. Well, what does that mean? You can't do zeros? Well, yeah, I can do zeros. Well, then okay, you can do some type of math. I can't do math. I can't multiply. So that means you can't multiply by 1 or 5s or 10s? Well, yeah, I can do that. I can do 1s and 5s and 10s. Well, then you can do some type of math because math is big. There are definitely some objectives that you have mastered and you've still got to work on a few more, and that's okay. So that's the messaging that we want to make sure that the kids default to. Math is big. There are some things that I can do, I have mastered, and there are other things that I still need to work on. So one, math is big. It encompasses so much. There are many skills, pieces of information that you need to learn, and there is definitely some types of math that you can do. You haven't figured it all out, but at your grade level, whether that's 3rd, 4th, or 5th, whatever grade level it happens to be, there's definitely some types of math that you know, and there's others that you need to still work on. So that's the message for now. Math is big. It's dino size enormous big, and I'll catch you in the next video.